The faction diversity continues for the Thematic List Build series. Finally, we're spotlighting one of 40k's most classic factions, the Orks. Each Ork clan has strong, thematic, well-defined quirks, but one in particular was extra shiny and caught my eye. This one is for the Ork clan with all the gubbins, the one with the most teeth, a thematic list build for the Bad Moons. For those new, the goal of the Thematic List Build series is to create a 2K Strikeforce sized list, based around a theme central to the focused faction. And with that stated, let's take a look at the subfaction rules. The Orks subfaction rules are categorized as cultures, and the Bad Moon's culture is armed to the teeth. The first perk adds 6 inches to the range of Daka and heavy weapons for models with the culture. This ability is quite good. It will allow their ranged weapons of that type to be used with more ease, potentially allowing infantry with heavy weapons to fire from a stationary position, ignoring the move and shoot penalty attributed to heavy weapons. It's also worth noting that the perk will allow Daka weapons to more easily get into that sweet spot for more shots. The second perk improves the AP of ranged weapons by 1 on wound rolls of 6. It's a simple perk that boosts the potency of Bad Moon's shooting attacks. Since it's variably active, it's not the strongest mechanic out there, but it will add that extra layer of AP here and there over the course of a game. The Orks' dynamic army-wide system is WA. It's a declarable ability that offers an appreciating 2-stage perk to your army, and uniquely offers the choice of calling either a normal WA or a speed WA. And unlike the Space Marines' combat doctrines, there are no special perks for the individual Ork clans. However, between the two options available, there are going to be mechanisms that work better for the different Ork clan cultures. And in the case of the Bad Moons, calling a speed WA is the clear choice, as the bonuses to shooting it provides will synergize with what the Bad Moon Orks are all about, shooting. However, speed WAs require speed bosses to be leading the army in order to call them, which is an important detail to keep in mind. Regarding the thematic objectives of the list, they are: bring in Daka, to flex the Bad Moon's shooting specialty by loading the list with lots of ranged weapons, and the shiniest gubbins. The currency Ork society runs on is teeth, and since Bad Moon's Orks' teeth grow the fastest of all the Ork clans, it allows them to have the shiniest and fanciest tools. On the Ork technology spectrum, where the snakebites who followed the old ways would be in the least advanced position, the Bad Moons would be among the most innovative. And so we want to feature more of the rare quality gear and weapons of war the Bad Moons would more commonly leverage. Now, let's go over to the list breakdown. The list is structured as a patrol and a spearhead, which sets our initial command points to 9. The spearhead is where we have our shiny mechanized war machines, and naturally it is led by a big mech in mega armor. Similar to Tech Marines, big mechs can restore D3 wounds to nearby vehicle units. But beyond their support abilities, this one is armed with a custom shooter and a teleport blasta, which is a D6 shot assault weapon at strength 8, AP-2, dealing 3 damage. And he's been given the Bad Moon's relic, the Gobshot Thunderbuss, which is essentially a blunderbuss loaded with teeth, capable of loosing enough shots to lay low an entire squad of infantry. In our patrol is a unit of boys, armed with choppas, sluggas, and the boss knob taking a power claw. While simple, they are a combat-capable unit, one that also has 10 sluggas. Next up, bringing in some very flashy firepower, are 2 units of flashkits. Each unit is 5 Orks strong, and the snaz guns each model is equipped with will fire 3 shots at a range of 30 inches thanks to our clan culture, at strength 6, AP-2, dealing 2 damage. The flashkits can take advantage of the stratagem gun-crazy show-offs, allowing one of these flashkits units to shoot twice. Following that, bringing in the anti-tank weapons are 2 units of tank bustas. Each unit is 10 strong and have taken 1 bomb squig each. Tank bustas are pretty good. For starters, they have a +1 to hit versus vehicles, and each model is armed with a rocket launcher, a base 24-inch weapon which fires heavy D3 shots with blast, at strength 8, AP-2, dealing 3 damage. and the bomb squigs in each unit provides the opportunity to deal some cheeky mortal wounds. Transporting all that infantry are two big old battle wagons. Each have been taken with def rollers, making them surprisingly deadly in melee, and each are fitted with a laba, allowing them to provide some artillery-style fire support as they protect their infantry within. These 16 wound toughness 7 ramshackle armor save 3 transports have a capacity of 20 standard infantry models, which is more than enough to hold the flash gits and big mech, or the boys, in one, and the 2 big squads of tank bustas in the other. Serving as our rarest, shiniest specialist weapon is a meka-dread, taken with 2 kill cannons. Kill cannons are a pretty beefy weapon, but they are even better when benefiting from the Bad Moon's culture, becoming a 30-inch heavy D6 blast weapon with strength 8 AP2 dealing 2 damage. Providing some Daka from the sky is, unsurprisingly, a Daka jet, loaded up with 6 super shootas. With armed to the teeth, if its target is within 21 inches, this 12 wound ramshackle flyer will be able to rip 36 shots at strength 6 AP1 dealing 1 damage. And following the Daka jet in the sky is a Wazbomb Blastajet, a flyer which is tooled out for bigger Daka rather than more Daka. It's equipped with a Smash-A-Gun, a heavy D3 strength 8 AP4 D6 damage gun, and 2 teleport Mega Blastas, which each have a base profile of Assault D6, strength 9 AP2, dealing D3 plus 3 damage.
That's a lot of damage!
And it's also equipped with a Blastajet Force Field, which will afford itself a 5-up invulnerable save, which the Daka jet can also benefit from while it's within 9 inches. The next unit in the list is a right-ard group of Mega Knobs, 5 strong, all taken with Power Claws and Combi Scorches. Mega Knobs are quite hardy by Orc standards, 3 wounds, toughness 5, with an armor save of 2+. However, this pales in comparison to their offensive offerings. Each knob has a base of 3 attacks each, hitting with an effective weapon skill of 4 since the claw is unwieldy, at strength 10 AP3 dealing 2 damage, which can be increased by 1 with the stratagem Hit 'em Harder. And their 5 Combi Scorches will have a staggering volume of anti-infantry shots. 5d6 shots at strength 5 AP-1, followed up with additional fire from their shootas. And accompanying the Mega Knobs will be the warlord of this list, a war boss in Mega Armor. His warlord trait is the signature Bad Moon's "the best armor Teef can buy," which, to be frank, makes this war boss a horrific prospect to take on. 7 wounds behind a toughness of 6, a 2-up armor save rolled with a +1, and a 4-up invulnerable save. An additional command point has been spent to give him the relic Headwappa's Kill Choppa, which allows his 5 attacks to swing at strength 12 AP3 dealing 2 damage each, with each wound roll of 6 dealing a mortal wound in addition to the normal damage. He also has his Warboss Aura, which gives nearby core Orc units +1 to hit in melee, which those Mega Knobs will greatly benefit from. On that note, being a Warboss in Mega Armor means that he can only call a standard Wa. Sometimes the rules are such that I opt to sacrifice Crunch for Fluff. This is one of those cases. For those who have a crunchier palette and want to call a Speedwa to buff the mechanized shooting in the list, I would recommend a Warboss on Warbike. It comes in at the same points cost as this guy here, and can be loaded up with the same Bad Moon's Warlord trait and relic. And of course, he has his Grot Gunner, who will provide some extra Daka with his big shooter. And the last unit of this list is a truck. At this point, it's worth mentioning that the Knobs in the Spearhead and the Mega Knob Warlord in the Patrol are both taken as the specialist mob Truck Boys. It provides an ability in place of their clan culture, which for those units isn't going to be felt as a negative too much since they are more melee oriented. What they gain for that loss is the ability to disembark after the truck makes a normal move, resulting in a 12-inch move, a 3-inch disembark, and their charge, re-rolling with Here We Go, giving these mega armored units a far greater threat range. And that's the list. It comes to 2,000 points and provides 8 command points after the Spearhead Detachment tax, and the second relic on our Warlord. This turned out to be quite the list. Thematically, it certainly hits the goals for the Bad Moons. It's got loads of Daka, and flexes some big shiny Bad Moons war machines. Plus, the inclusion of the Bad Moons relic and Warlord trait is a nice thematic touch, resulting in an army formation which certainly feels armed to the teeth. Well, that's a wrap on this one. Thanks for watching. And a special thanks to my patrons, Julius Maximus, as well as the others who help keep the dream alive. This was my Orks Bad Moon's thematic list build. If you have any questions, comments, or requests, please feel free to drop them down below. And if you're a Bad Moons player, I'd be curious to know how you're finding them in 9th edition. So, if you enjoyed this video, there's a like button. And if you want to help my channel grow, there is a subscribe button. There's also a bell button and a share button, so press the buttons you want to press. And with that, I hope to see you guys in the next one.